Hello friends, today we are going to start the next part of this lesson. That is, this lesson is actually the fractions and decimals. So the concept of fractions we already covered. Addition of fraction, subtraction of fractions, multiplication of fractions and division of fractions. Okay, I hope you understand it properly. So here, okay, when a fraction can be written in the form of decimals. Okay, what is decimals means, you know that, okay, where we are using with the points. It's a point it is also we will say. Okay, that is 3.5. Okay, this is, what is 3.5? It is a decimal fraction. What it is called? It is a decimal fraction is called. Now we have to study about this decimal fraction. Okay, we have to study about to compare this decimal fraction. Okay, we have to study about the addition of this decimal fraction. Okay, now first of all, okay, we will see little about this decimal fractions. Okay, now how do we get this decimal fraction? Okay, you know that, okay, while we are dividing a number to another number, okay, now if it is not possible to divide it completely, that means if the remainder is not 0, okay, then you know that, okay, what we will convert it into the decimals. Okay, that is, you know that now 1 upon 2. Now you know it is a fraction. Now we can convert it into decimal. 1 divided by 2. Now in 1, okay, is it 2 possible to go? No. So that point we are giving, then 10 it will become. Correct? Okay, so that it is of 5. 5 2s are 10 minus 0. Like this it is. Now, so what is 1 upon 2 is? It is 0.5. So we are converted into the decimal fraction. Sure. Now, here you have to understand that the decimal fraction, okay, while telling about, so now first of all 1 upon 2. Okay. Now 1 is not in the table of 2, that's why decimal is there. Now at the same time, if it is of 4 upon 2, the 4 upon 2 means, you know that 2 2s are 4, correct? So the answer, you know that it is of 2. Now whether there is any decimal here? No. Okay, here there is no decimal. Understand? So the decimal, when we have to use, now it is in this case. Okay. Now, while talking about the decimals, okay, now when we are having the decimals, okay, we can convert it into fractions. This decimal can be converted into fractions. For example, okay, 0.5. Now we see that what is 0.5 is 1 upon 2. Okay, now but instead of doing like that, very simple way, how can we convert it into the fraction? Okay, that is here. Now after this, look here, this point, this is there. This is called the 10th. Okay, it is 10th. Okay, it is the 10th place. This is of what it is? This is what? Units place. Correct? This is of unit place. Okay, this is tens place. Then one more. Now it is of 10.5. Now this is units place. This is what it is? Tens place. Correct? It is tens place. Okay. Now what is this 5? It is 10th place. But it is 10th. What is the 10th place means? 1 upon 10. It is what the 10th place. Now suppose here one more we are at 3. Okay. Now which is, what is the place value of this? Okay. Now it is called the place value. What is the place value? It is of the 100. Okay. 100th place. That is 1 upon 100 is the place value. This is the place value. Understand? Now one more is there. 4 is there. Then after point. Now it is of 1000. Okay. 1000. Okay, place it is. That is 1 upon 1000. This is the place value. Now we have to understand this place value. If it is going this side, you know that 100, unit, 10, 100, 1000, etc. like that. Okay, when it is of going to the, okay, here it is of left side and to the right side. When it is going to the right side, it will become tenth, hundredth, thousandth, etc. like that. Now, tenth means you have to understand it is of 1 upon 10. Here you have to understand it is 1 upon 100. Here you have to understand 1 upon 1000. Now from this it is easy for us to understand, okay, which is greater. Now for example, now 0.5. Now 0.5 means you know that 5 upon 10. Understand? It is 5 upon 10. Okay, now the other is of 0.3. Okay, now here 0.3 means 3 upon 10. Now you know that 5 is greater than 3, so that this is 0.5 is, you can say, is greater than, because denominator is same. Understand, like that it is. Now when it comes to the one more place, okay, while talking about, now for example, okay, 0.05. Okay, now 0.5 and 0.05. Now 0.05 means how many places are there? Okay, it is of now 1, that is 10th, it is of 100th. So how can we write it as? It is, we can write 0 point, that is of okay, 5 upon 100th. Understand? How many? Why? Because 2 places are there. That means 2 0. That is easy to understand. Okay. This after this, that is after, that is a right hand side of the point. Okay, that is decimal. This decimal points, right hand side, how many digits are there that you count? 1, 2 digits are there. Understand? If the 2 digits means that upon 1 with 2 0, that is 100. Now 3 digits means 1 with 3 0, that is 1000. Like that you can. For example, okay, 0.312. How can we convert it into the, okay, that is normal fraction? Okay, then we can write this as 312. How many places? 1, 2, 3. Correct? So that what you will use? 1 0 0 0 3 0. Why? Because 3 decimal place. It is the easy way to understand. Getting? So like that we can convert. Understand? Now one thing you, now here these two, okay, here these two things, okay, you see 0.05 and 0.5 and 0.05. Okay, now in these two cases, this is 5 upon 10, this is, you know, 5 upon 100. Now while comparing this, which is greater? Okay, now you know that whenever the denominator is more, now here the numerator is same, here it is 5, here is also 5, correct? While telling about the denominator, here it is 10 and here it is 100. Now among these two denominators, which is greater? This is greater. As the denominator becomes greater, okay, then the fraction becomes smaller, that you know. Understand? Okay, as the denominator is greater, the fraction becomes smaller. Sure, that is for example. Now 1 upon 2 and 1 upon 3. We learned this comparison. Okay, in this case 2, here 3. Numerator is same. So whichever is, okay, whichever the fraction denominator is, okay, greater, that will be the smaller fraction. So in this case 1 upon 2 is greater than 1 upon 3. That is 1 upon 3 is smaller. Why 1 upon 3 is smaller? Because numerator both are equal. Now denominator while comparing, whichever is the greater, that will be the smaller. So here 3 is, okay, while comparing it is 3 is greater. So that it becomes smaller. Understand? So like that it will become. Understand? So like that this fraction actually the concept of. Okay. Getting all of you? Okay. Now, okay, so whenever it is there, okay, you may have to convert it. Okay, so whenever the fraction is there, okay, you must have to understand it is like this. Okay, now I hope that you understand how to convert. So whenever it is of 1.5, what you will understand it? 1, this 0.5 you can write it as upon 10. That is, you can write 1.5, you can write it as 15 upon 10. That is very important to understand. And vice versa. Vice versa means if it is of 315 upon 10. Now what you have to do is upon 10 means from here you have to shift point. How many zeros? 1 2 0. That is, you can write this as 31.5. Understand? 20 means 2 place to shift and put the point. Okay, that is 315 upon 100. So how can you write 3.15? Okay, these are the aspects of the decimals. Understand? And vice versa. That is, if it is a point is there, you can write upon 10. Okay, it is 100 like this. This easy method. No, it is not like that you have to divide it onward. Understand? Just you have to shift the point. Okay, while shifting the point, that is whenever it is dividing by 10, 100, etc., you have to do only, you have to shift the points. Okay, so it is like this. Understand it well? Okay, then, okay, now we can go to the exercise. That is exercise here, the point. Okay, exercise 2.5. We are going to do. Okay, now the first is of which is greater. That is, the question is which is greater. So all this aspect you have to keep in mind, which is greater. Okay, now one decimal place is there. That is here just one decimal place. Here it is 325, 2 decimal places. Now you must have to understand that now you have to compare these two. Okay, now comparing these two, whichever is greater, that will be greater. Understand? Okay, now it is of 0.5 and 0.05. Now you know that it is only one decimal place. You can put one more 0. Now it is there. Yes. Now first this compare. Whichever is greater, that is greater. Now other one is 0.51 and 0.53. Now in this, which is greater? Now we can say that what here the 5, here 5, same. Okay, then you have to go to the other 1, here 3. Which is greater? 3 is greater. So that is greater. Like that you have to compare it. Okay, this decimal fraction comparison must be done like this. Okay, the place you have to see. Okay, whichever the place value. Okay, in place value which is greater, according to that you have to put greater and smaller like that. Okay, let's see what is there in your textbook. Okay, here it is. First one is of 0.5 and question number 1, which is greater. Okay, 0.5 and other is of or 0.05. 0.05. Now while telling about, you know that 0.5, okay, and 0.05. Now here the 2 decimal place, here only 1 decimal place. Now we can put 0, no value for that. Okay, now we have to do the comparison. Here what we can say 5, here it is 0, correct? You can say that 5 is greater than 0, correct? Therefore we can say that 0.50 is greater than 0.05. Understand? Therefore we can say that 0.5 is greater. Understand? Like this you have to do. So easy it is. Understand? Understand properly? So you have to look like this. 5, 0. Among that comparisons. Now here 5, then you have to 0 and 5 to be compared. Understand? Like that it is. Understand it properly? Yes. Okay, then do. Okay? I hope you did. Okay, then the next one. Now the next one we are telling about, it is of second one. 0.7 or 0.5. 5, 3, yeah, 5. Okay, now here also 0.7 and 0.5. Now what we can say, 7 is greater than, no, this is first, this is also the first decimal, is greater than 5. Therefore 0.7 is greater than 0.5. That's all. Understand? So these place we have to compare it. Okay, because both are the first one. Sure? That's so what we can write the answer there, 0.7 is greater. Sure? Like this too. Okay? Other is 7 or okay, third one is 7 or 0. What it is 7. Now it is, look here, in this case it is 7, so you can write it as 7.0 or 0.7. Now here you know that here 7 here. This is what first you have to consider. Now this here 7 is greater than 0. Correct? Exactly. Okay, so what we can say, therefore we can say that 7 point. First you have to, if it is anything other than 0, anything is there, you have to compare here. Understand? So first you have to make the comparison is here. Then only you will go to the decimal part. Okay. Now so 7 is greater than 0. So we can say that 7 is greater than 0.7. Okay, therefore we can say that 7 is greater. Okay, like this you have to do. Sure? Do. Okay, next one, that is the fourth one. .37, okay, or 1.49. Okay here? Yes. Okay, now here it is. Again, what we have this, we can say 1.37 and 1.49. Now here first is, this is compared equal, fine. Next is of 3 and 4. Now here you know that 3 is less than 4, correct? Therefore, we can say that, what we can say 1.37. Now further there is no need of comparison, okay? Once you here you got which is greater and which is less, then it's fine. Okay, so 1.37 is less than 1.49, correct? Sure. So we can say that therefore 1.49 is greater. Sure, that's all. Next one. Okay, here it is 2.03 over, okay, 2.30. Here also same, 2 point this and the other is of 2.30. Now the comparison, first two will be compared equal. Next is 0 here and 3 here. So what you write? 0 is less than 3. Correct? Therefore we can say that 2.03 is less than 2.30. Understand? Therefore we can say that 2.30 is greater. Sure? Like this too. Easy? Yeah. Okay, we'll move to the other. Yeah. Here it is 0.8 or 0.8. Now here two decimal place, here only one decimal place. So first you write it as 0.80. If it is not there, you can put 0 there, okay, afterwards. So there won't be any change in the one. Okay. Here it is 8. Now here 8, here it is. Now here it is 0, here it is 0. Fine. Here it is 8, here it is 5. Fine. Then it is what? 0 and 8. Now the comparison will be made between 0 and 8, which is, again you know that 0 is less than 8. Okay. Therefore we can say that 0.80 is less than, okay, 0.83. So therefore we can say that 0.88 is greater. Sure? Like this to do. Understand it properly? Yeah, please. Okay, here it is. Now the next question number 2. In question number 2, what is question number 2 is, okay, expresses rupees using decimals. is, but the question is 7 paise. Now you must have to understand here that okay 7 okay that is 100 paise is equal to 1 rupee. Sure, 100 paise is equal to 1 rupee. So that we can write 1 paise is equal to 1 upon 100 rupees. Understand? This is very important. So in order to convert paise into rupees, what you have to do is you have to divide it by 100 you have to do. Otherwise you have to multiply with 1 into 1 upon 100. So here we can write which is equal to 7 into 1 upon 100 rupees. Understand? So that which is equal to rupees 7 upon 100. Now 7 upon 100 means, okay, now the 7, okay, what you have to do? You have to shift. Okay, how you have to shift here? Now 1, 2, correct? 2 decimal place. Now if the decimal place is not there, now we have to shift from, okay, right to left. How many decimal place? 2 zeros means 2 decimal place. If some decimal place is not there, you have to insert 0 there. That is, you can say 0.07. Understand why 0? Because 2 decimal place is there. Now the point is here. Actually it is like this, the point. Now this point to be shifted 2 place here. So 1 is already there. If it is 1 place is not there, here 0. Otherwise 0 you can write 0.7 also. There is no change in the value. So this point is shifted to here. So how much will go? So here the point will go. Now in order to see this point, we are putting 0 here. Okay, that is 0.07. That much rupees. Okay, this here we can insert rupees here. Understand? Like this to do. Sure? Understand? This you must be very careful in this. Okay, here the point. Okay, yeah. Shifting that is how many zeros are there in the denominator with 1. That much point to be shifted to the, okay, right to left. Okay, left to right, no, right to left. Understand? Here the 2 zeros. Now actually the 7 means, now look, whenever a number is there, 8 is there. Now where the point? Somebody is asking where the point? But here the point. After 8 the point is. So you can write it as 8.0. Now you have to shift it from the left to right to left. Right to left now upon 10. Upon 10 means this point to be shifted to this. So you can write it as 0.8 upon. Size 0.8. Now here it is 0 also you can write, but there is no value for that 0. Understand? So we can, if you write it or not writing, okay, on the same. Understand? No, you use it. Understand? Like this too. Understand? So this is very important. Okay, and very easily you can do the sums also. Okay, now 8 upon 10, no need of dividing the things. Okay, directly you can shift it like this. Okay, now the next one. Okay, what is the next one is here? Look. Okay, it is of okay, second one. 7. Okay, rupee. Correct, and 7 paise. Okay, now here we can say that 7 paise. Here it is of 7 paise. 7 paise means you know that 7 into 1 upon 100, okay, rupees. Correct. So we can write it as rupees. You know that 7 upon 100. 7 upon 100. You know that it is 0 here. So we can put one more 0. This 0 to be, this point to be shifted to 2 decimal place here. So that rupees, what it is? 0.07. Now we have to add with it, that is here, so that which is equal to 7 rupees. Okay, 7 rupees 7 paise is equal to what it is 7 plus 0.07. If you want you can do it, or otherwise directly also you can do. So which is equal to what it is 7 point. Now after this and this will be added. 7 plus 0 is 7. Then here it is 0.0. Okay, 0, it is what it is 0.7. Okay, this much rupees. Okay, here the rupees you have to. Understand? Like this it is. Sure? Like this you have to. Okay, then continue. Okay, next question then. Okay, third one. Third one is also same way you can do. Okay, that is here. Third one is so 77 rupees 77 paise. Okay, 77 rupees and 77 paise. Now again here it is 77 paise. What is 77 into, okay, 1 upon 100 rupees. Sure. That is 77 upon 100 rupees. Correct? So that what we can write here. Now here 2 decimal place. Now the point is here, you know. Okay, this point to be shifted to 2 decimal place here. That is 0 point. Now if the point before point in digit is not there, we have to insert a 0. Okay, so 0.77. Understand? Therefore, we can say that 77, okay, rupees, okay, 77 paise, okay, is equal to 77 plus 0.77. Correct? That is 7 rupees. You can write rupees, okay, 77.77. That's it. Understand? Like this. Do fast. Okay, the other is 50 paise. So it is easy. I think you can do it. Okay, 50 paise. What is 50 paise? 50 paise. What is 50 paise? 50 into, okay, 1 upon 100 rupees. Correct? So which is equal to, we can say that rupees 50 upon 100. What is 50 upon 100? You know that point to be shifted to this place, 2 decimal, that is rupees, okay, 0.5. That's it. Understand? That much only. Okay. Now the next is okay, 235 paise. Yeah. Sure? Did? Okay, next is rupees, sorry, 235 paise. Correct? That we can write 235 into 1 upon 100 rupees. Correct? So we can say that rupees, okay, but it is 235 upon 100. Now the point is here, we must have to shift it to 2 decimal, 1, 2, correct? 2 decimal place. After 2 decimal place, here it will come. So what it will become? Rupees, okay, 2 point. Now here it will come, okay? Here it will come. So 2.35. Now it is shifted to 2 decimal places. That is the answer. Understand? Very easy it is. Okay? You understand properly? Yeah, please do. One more sum. Question number 3 also we will do, then we will stop. Okay. Now here, now these are the very important, that is of centimeter, kilometer, etc. Okay. Now centi, here centi means 1 upon 100 while telling about, okay, you can remember this. Centi means 1 upon 100. Okay, kilo, okay, kilo means 1000. Okay, these are the things we can easily remember. That centi, whenever centi you are remembering, you can write it is 1 upon 100. Whenever kilo means it is 1000. Okay, like that. Okay, easy to understand. Okay, now here it is. Express 5 centimeter. First question is question number, okay, 3. Okay, first question. Okay, express, okay, and it is 5 centimeter. 5 centimeter in, okay, meter and kilometer. Okay, now you know that 5 centimeter is equal to, now you know that what is centi means 1 upon 100. So you can write it as 5 into 1 upon 100. In the place of centi I written that much meter. Understand? So which is equal to, you can write 5 upon 100 meter. Now 5 upon 100 means the point to be shifted to decimal place here. So that is 1, then 0. Okay, that is 0.05 meter. Sure. Is like this. Okay. Now again, you have to convert it into the kilometer again. Further told that you have to convert it into kilometer. Now kilo means 1000. Okay, so that this much meter to be converted into kilometer. Okay, now kilometer means again you have to divide by 1000. So we can write that which is equal to 0.05 upon further 1000. Why? Because kilometer to be converted. Okay, that much kilometer. Okay, now how many decimal places? 1000. Again from here, the 3 decimal places further to be displaced. Okay, so which is equal to 0.000, then 2 already there, 0.5, that means a kilometer. Understand? Like this too. This is very important. Understand? How many zeros are there? Okay, four zeros are there before 5. Understand how to do? Okay, like this too. Sure, please do. So here you have to understand that meter, centimeter to meter means upon 100 we have to do, because centi means 1 upon 100. That is very easy to understand. Now the kilometer you have to convert. Okay, now meter to kilometer means upon 1000. Why? Because kilo means 1000. Understand like that? Okay, it is easy to remember. Okay, now the next is okay, this express 35 millimeter in centimeter, meter and kilometer, correct? Centimeter, meter and kilometer, yes. Okay, very carefully you must have to think. Okay, now centi we see that 1 upon 100, correct? Now, okay, milli, like that you can say that milli. What is milli? You know, it is 1 upon 1000. Very easy to understand. Milli, okay, but it is 1 upon 1000. Sure. So whenever it is millimeter, understand? Then we have to understand that it is 10 raised to 1 upon 1000. This also you can write 10 raised. This is nothing but 10 raised to minus 3 also used. Okay, like that also you can use. Now so here it is. Okay, 35 millimeter. Understand? Now 35 milli. Now while telling you have to convert first into centi. Now what is the difference between centi and milli? 110. Correct? Here it is the 1000 is there. So if you are multiplying 1 upon 10 here, it will become milli. So what you can say, which is equal to 35 into 1 upon 10. Then what will it become? It will become centi. Understand? Because whatever the difference is that we multiply. So which is equal to what we can write? We can write it as 3.5 centimeter. Sure. Now again what you have to do is we have to do into the centimeter. Okay, meter means again 3.5 into centi means 1 upon 100. That much meter. That is 3.5 upon 100 meter. Sure. So which is equal to, we can write now 2 decimal place to be shifted, 0.035 meter. Now again what it is? Kilometer, correct? Kilo means you know that upon 1000 we have to do. So which is equal to 0.035 upon 1000. That much kilometer. Sure. Now how many decimal places to be shifted? 1, 2, 3. 3 decimal places. So which is equal to 530. Now 3 decimal places to be shifted. 1, 2, 3. Then point. Okay, 0. Okay, so it is of 0.00035. How many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 zeros to be 35. Like this too. Understand how it is understand? So meter to kilometer means you have to further divide into 1000. Okay, that because you must remember that whenever kilo is there, the 1000 should be there. So that's 0.035 upon 1000. Sure, please. Okay, so that is about it. Today, okay, we will stop. Okay, practice very well. Okay, you have to practice it again and again. Then only you will get it properly. Okay. So, okay, friend, have a nice day. Bye. Thank you.